right, we are back. So, just as I assumed as I got here to the mountain, we lost connection. So I did a little enthusiastic driving up and down the mountain for a little bit, and gonna be ready to head back the other way now. So I figured we'd start the live back up for part 2. So welcome in, OU crew. Anybody that's jumping in. Anybody that didn't see any of part 1, I was live heading up to an undisclosed location in Mexico to do a little enthusiastic driving, and lost connection. There's some little groms that were heading out. So hopefully connection will stay this time as I'm headed back towards home. Andrew Knox, what is up? Good to see you, man. J. Paul has made it back. So just going to be doing some more from the road on the way back in. Looks like we got 5,000 in the chat right now, so maybe a few more will start piling in. I'm going to swap the camera around to the front so everybody can see what's going out on front. And yeah, we're just going to start heading back, and you guys enjoy the scenery and the ride. Make sure we're safe here. Lord Spike Protein, what is up? Good to see you. Appreciate everybody jumping in. We got 4 in the chat. Right on. Andy Carson, my man, firefighter from Chattanooga number 5. Welcome in, buddy. We're just out doing some running around today. Part 1 I was talking about, was wanting to go over and see Randy today and do some guitar safariing, but he's still not feeling well. So part 1 was me heading up towards this area, and as I got closer to the elevation and tree cover for the North Mountain area, began to lose connection. So I had a little fun on the mountain, heading back the other way, and figured we'd start the chat and the stream back up. So welcome in. You in a vet? Yes, sir, says Lord Spike Protein. Solid AF, says J. Paul. Yep. Here's my view here. It is very compact. 2-seater, obviously. The engine right there through that little window. And yeah, it's got that definite sound. Very fighter pilot cockpit-ishes in here. So let me get back to it. Let those horses breathe, says Andy. We'll do that. Only problem with coming out to these areas is the traffic that gets in front of you. Mind you that, I am observing the speed limit at all times, but some people choose to go very, very slow below the speed limit so they can get in the way. Cold air intake on the vet. I was looking at a couple of those. There is an aftermarket filter that I purchased for the car. I haven't put it on yet, but the cold air intake that I was looking at, it's called an Iventuri. And man, that thing is almost $3,000. I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money just for a couple of horses. This thing really has plenty for exceeding the speed limit, you know. I think if I were to do any modifications to this, it would be some major modifications. Maybe some kind of supercharger or twin turbo. You know, if you're going to spend $3,000 on a cold air intake, why not go ahead and save that and invest it in something else? Although there is the C8 Corvette tax for a lot of the aftermarket stuff. You know, to do a proper twin turbo kit, you know, to get up into the 8 to 1200 horsepower range, you're looking at $20,000 plus. Crazy what the aftermarket stuff costs. Chris Hill, last time I saw her, she was standing by the highway. Can't have a ride, she grinned, singing some tunes, huh? Well, that one little spot there, I lost connection there before, and I just lost it again, so now that we're reconnected, it's showing a good strong signal. So maybe we'll hear. The screen gets frosty. What was that? Got a C4 Lord Spike. Very cool. Catch up on the vet. Yeah, there's just that one spot. I lost it there on the way in and lost it coming back through, so fortunately this seems to reconnect and catch up. So dip her on in, give her some trail braking in there. Anybody that wasn't here earlier, this is the rock pile mound. You can look up the story of the rock pile on Highway 60. Maple trees, I don't know. I didn't see them. I'm going by too quick. Chris was singing his highway song he wrote years ago. Cool. Catching back up with some traffic. You know, they've got these little pull-off spots, but nobody seems to understand what those are for. To get out of the way of the quicker traffic behind you. What was this comment up here? Oh, J-Ball C8 495 470 RS did 427 480 on 30% ethanol. Right on. Got a boost with some turbo, looks like. Chris, I am in an undisclosed location in Mexico. Like we got 7,000 back joined us. Right on. Vets are so much fun to drive, especially when you take the top off. Yeah, I was thinking about taking it off today, but a little cloudy, may get a couple of drops of rain, so I didn't want to chance it. They said it wasn't going to, but some of these clouds are looking pretty dark. got good connection. Trev has finally arisen from his deep hibernation sleep. Good to see you, Symmetry. What is up, man? Just out here obeying the speed limit on a little road trip today. Ian's Guitar Shack is here, right on, saying, what you driving? This is my new toy. This is a 2025 C8 Corvette. So here's the cockpit. It's mid-engine, so the engine is right back here. Probably can't see it, but right there and behind me. And I didn't go high line or anything, just a regular C8 LT2 package. Seems like you're moving on out. I'm actually going about 40 miles an hour right now. It looks a lot faster on the screen, I guess. So as I said, you know, always obey the speed limit. When there's traffic in front of you, anyway. There's another C8 right there. I think sounded good. So, Trev, let me know what you think of the audio and the video here. I've been pretty pleased so far with what I got set up. Let me know how it's looking. Chicks in shotgun be taking off their tops too. Well, I don't know what my wife would think of that. Of course, I could, you know, what happens in the C8 stays in the C8. Is that the thing? Paul says they are selling like hotcakes in Omaha. Probably the hottest car to have in my area. Yeah. When they were introduced in 2020, they were going for well over MSRP. Dealers were able to charge quite a bit over sticker, sometimes $10,000 to $20,000 more, just because they were in such high demand. So I'd been eyeballing them for a while and saving and having a plan. And 2025, I figured it'd be pretty safe. Should have all the bugs worked out of them. And as far as I know so far, the 2025 has been the most reliable and trouble-free. But we'll see. What happens in the C8 stays in the C8. That's right. J. Paul says, get it tuned, Ryan. Put it on ethanol. Well, I don't, you know, I thought about that, but there's really no point. Obviously, it gives you a little more horsepower, but it really introduces a whole lot more problems that I don't want to fool with. You know, because I don't drive it every day. I don't want a full tank of ethanol sitting in there and develop all kind of sludge, because ethanol is bad for your fuel system. You know, you can put some stabilizers and whatnot in it, but to me it just really wouldn't be worth the gain. If I was looking at doing some performance increasing mods to it and, you know, making it into a 9-second quarter-mile car, then yeah, I may get a tune for that, but no plans for that in the future. Or not for the immediate future, anyway. I know a lot of guys will get their Mustangs or whatever, their sport cars, and get a tune for ethanol. And the cost of ethanol here is way more than regular gas, so it's just not worth it to me, I don't think. Nightbot is reminding you to get some channel goodies. Get you an OU Crew hat, a shirt, beer mug, coffee cup, some stickers. Grab something. Let's see. Wait till the warranty is done. Safe bet? Yeah. Well, there's a reputable tuner around where I live. Sissio Performance is one of the top performance shops for multitudes of sports cars. And I think they were one of the ones that helped out. What's that chick that has the channel? California. I can't remember her name. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's probably where I would take it if I were to do anything. Unless I find something else that I like and I want to trade it in on, I don't see that I would be getting rid of this for quite some time. So that may be an option once warranty runs out, after it's paid for after the 5 years. Maybe something that I would consider. The Dahlonega police right in front of me. Pulling off to the side, sneaking over. He's probably going to come right back out and get behind me. Lord Spike was thinking of getting a C8. I'm over it until I get behind the wheel. Yeah. Well, you know, recently I'd had some thoughts about it. Like, well, no, maybe later on, but you know, I had some life events that you start thinking, why not? You know, go ahead and do it. Live now. Enjoy it. So I went ahead and did it. Let's see. Need a different fuel pump and injectors to keep the gunk out. Have a pump gas tune. In winter I don't run ethanol. Yeah, there you go. Well, for the longest time, these C8 Corvettes, you couldn't tune them. Wasn't until, I don't know, a year or so ago, somebody figured out how to crack the ECU, and then, so that's only been around for just a little bit. Bubblegum machines. Not sure what that means. We got 15,000 in the chat. Who all's here? Everybody hasn't said hello yet. Let me know who's lurking. I had seen a few you know, some YouTube stuff. Obviously, I was curious about performance with it, and I've seen a few that have mostly, nobody really talks about just doing an ethanol tune. Most of the stuff I see is pro chargers, superchargers, twin turbos, and I'll hear them talking about tuning it with ethanol at that point. All day, all night. What is happening? Old Dave says, just got back home. I went fishing this morning. Right on. What'd you catch? Any more gators? Barney Fife is following me. Nah, he turned off. I'm going to turn off on this little side street here, and that should lose him anyway. to come this way, but it's more fun. Of course, I'm sure all these residents here don't like me blasting through, but they get over it. We got melted copper here. Welcome in. If I missed you saying hello, is because when I'm looking at the road, I can't watch the phone, and the chat doesn't stay there for very long. All Dave, all night. Says no gators. I ended up keeping 15 crappie. Caught 23 or 24. Nice. Melted copper, what state am I watching? West Coast? No, I'm over East Coast. Cannot divulge exactly, but undisclosed location from Mexico is all I can tell you. Connection coming in and out a little bit. Okay. Well, it shows green here. It should be coming back. As I get closer to civilization, it should stable out pretty well. Trail brake in, downshift, power through the turn. Yeah, love it. Remember the days I see you talking about lowering the price of gas. Man, I can remember filling up my 1967 Chevy 2 Nova for like 58 cents a gallon back in the day. Bring them days back. Cass Loves, welcome in. I hate getting caught behind this traffic. Oh well. How are we doing now with the audio video, Trev? How's she looking? Shows a good green connection here. Well, that's kind of the thing we say when we don't want to talk about where we are. You know, I am live streaming at the moment, and if any law enforcement were to pick up exactly where I was, not that they would catch me going over the speed limit, but just don't want any hassles. You know, and as I said, I always obey the speed limit. Nothing beats a V8 exhaust sound. You got that right. Except for maybe a V12 in a Lamborghini. I go back and forth. I really like you'll have a cross plane kind of engine note, and then you'll have a flat plane engine note. You know, a flat plane will probably rev a little bit higher and give you a different note. But Johnny Law just did pull out behind me. So, like I said, always obey the speed limit. pixely, hey? Well, you know, it is what it is. The technology that we have now that I can go live from a vehicle that's moving is just phenomenal to me. So I'll take a little pixelation here and there. All right, Johnny Law went the other way. So we'll continue to do the speed limit here. Looks like traffic is cleared out in front of me. Well, Lord Spike Protein says I never obey the speed limit. You know, just like I'm in Mexico, I always obey the speed limit. I got a suction cup thing for the windshield there, Trev. So it's got a magnetic, it charges it at the same time, so I don't have to run out of juice. And it seems to keep it very, very stable with the front view here. So Trev, you just had to say something about my mount because it charges at the same time, and I guess it got hot. So I've unplugged the charger, and maybe we'll be okay. All day, all night. Did you get a lapel mic when you were at Best Buy the other? No, I didn't. Kind of wanted to have some of the engine sound coming through. Video looks better. Nice. Lord Spike Protein says I do 100 miles per hour on road light. Well, you'd be in a tree if you did that. Alright, so I guess I need to make sure that my phone is completely charged before I start streaming, which it is. And I have to unplug the charger as I'm streaming. Alright, well, now I know that. It's good to know. Video actually kind of looks like a driver. I was trying to maybe situate it around a little bit better where you can see more of the road, but I guess it's kind of like what you see as a driver. Close enough anyway. This was always one of my favorite turns right here coming home on a motorcycle. I would take this turn at a greater speed than the speed limit. We're gonna stop for milkshake and burgers. I don't know. Might have to get a super chat for somebody to buy me a coffee. Have to change the lights. I'm kidding. But no, I didn't have any plans to stop for anything. I'm all fueled up. Hopefully this guy doesn't pull out in front of me. So let's see, we've got 6 in the chat. chat message pop up. So I'm not going to be very talkative. What is up, Ken? Yes, sir, I'm back. When I started climbing to the top of the mountain, the connection was just gone. So I enjoyed a little enthusiastic driving for a little bit, and as I headed back down, I popped back on. Anybody wanted to join me on the ride home, here you go. What is up, William Da Silva? Working and listening in. Happy Saturday. Good to see you, William. Thanks for jumping in and saying hello, man. We were talking about weather and the temperature. Trev, we've got 70 degrees here today. You guys still covered with snow? What's your weather situation up in the Great White North? Saying hello to everybody. Right on, man. Good to see you, William. Hey, All Dave, I'm curious about that gator head that you sent to Jimmy. You said that it was alive and breathing during Jimmy's birthday. Was that a gator that you helped catch, or what was the backstory on that thing, man? Curious to know. Be coming up to a little town here. This is the home of, I think, the Cabbage Patch doll, and there is a track not too far from here. I think it's not Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's I don't know, something or another. But it's a track that they take sport cars out. Lucky you, cold and rainy here. Trev says looks beauty. Right on. Yeah, I think there was some race car drivers that were from NASCAR race car drivers that were from this area. I can't remember who it was, but instead of taking a cut through, I'll go through a town, just a little tiny town. Trev says 34 Fahrenheit at the moment, getting a little bit of melt on. Roads here are clear. Right on. Dawsonville right here. Dawsonville, Mexico. Usually have some type of speed monitoring that's going on right through here, so I will be double sure to observe the speed limit. So the alligator came from a local alligator and turtle farm. Right on. Alright, good enough for me. So, right over here to the left, I think, is where Chase Elliott's got a sign or something there. But this was a big NASCAR home to somebody. I can't remember who it was. Thunder Road. Went to school with a guy who owns the alligator farm. He did me a solid and did a quick taxidermy job. Right on, man. That's cool. I thought that head looked a little different from the ones that I've always seen in the tourist shops down that area. That's cool, man. Super, super cool. Chris says, I just looked where the home of Cabbage Patch Doll is. What did it say? Cleveland is real close to here too, so it may be Cleveland. But I'm pretty sure it's Dawsonville there. Most of the twisties are now behind me. Pretty much everything from here on out is just kind of horse farms and scenery and whatnot. Just a few years back, none of this here, none of those home subdivisions, that was all empty. So this area is really, really growing up. See some construction here on the right side. I guess some more neighborhoods going in there. Got a whole group of motorcycle riders behind me. Six or seven of them. Real popular spot up here for bikes and sport cars to come up. There's another one going the other way. In the spring and summertime when the weather is nice and it's sunny out, man, there's just all kind of bikes and sport cars passing you, going up or coming back down, either way you're going. Alligator heads are usually small, nothing bigger than 6-inch head. Jimmy's is a 14-inch. Whew, something is dead on the side of the road. If I had smell-o-vision, you all would be puking. Ugh, that was rancid. Oh, man. It's amazing how far that smell of a dead animal can travel. it's all good, Chris. What was the city, the home of the Cabbage Patch, did they say? It's either Dawsonville or Cleveland, because you can get to both of them right there. Pretty sure it's Dawsonville. Years and years and years ago, I went to the factory. I'm talking like, geez, 30-some years ago. Alright, getting rid of this guy. Let's step it up. See if those bikes can keep up with me. Dark ones to my right, but it's looking pretty good straight ahead. This was always one of the only passing zones right here. So when we'd have traffic in front of us on bikes, we would zip past them right there. See who that is, but somebody's saying going to make a trip to the Dragon's Tail with the car. Really popular with motorcycles. That might be something that's in the cards for the future. Maybe this summer. Maybe I'll do that. And if I do, I'll try to stream. I wonder if there's some type of a connection booster I could get for my phone. Probably so. Probably expensive though. I actually have Wi-Fi in the car that I can connect to, but you know, it's the same issue with that Wi-Fi for connectivity. You know, if you just don't have it, you don't have it. Skunk in the middle of the road. No, I don't think it was a skunk. It didn't smell a skunk. It just smelled of decomposing armadillo or rat or something. I don't know. That was bad. There's a big smudge on the windshield. I need to get that cleaned off. So we got 13,000 in the chat. Who else is here? Say hello. Let me know who's lurking. I know Trev is here. Lord Spike Protein's here. Chris Hill's here. All Dave, all night. It's only 4 people. Who else is here? Man, could this Honda go any slower? Yeah, they could. As they hit their brakes. chat is lagging on this. Maybe it doesn't come through all at one time. Chris says a song from the 70s. What song was that? Dead Skunk in the Middle of the Road? I don't think I've ever heard that one. Wainwright the Third. Udon. You're speaking in puzzles there, Chris. Earlier on part one, I began the stream kind of back a little ways. Al's G, right on. Welcome in. So I have now passed the point of where I had started the video. So this is all new scenery here. Not a whole lot to see. We're getting a little closer into civilization. Passing spot, can't use it, all the traffic coming the other way. Oh well. Actually wondering what the delay is from my actual stream to what you guys see on YouTube. Because it seems like it's quite a while. So a delay in the chat the other night, almost took a minute to see it. Yeah, that chat message just popped up for me. Let's see. Truck right next to me looks like my old pickup truck that I just recently traded in. Excuse me. Mute the mic a minute. I had a coughing fit. Should be better now, though. Hopefully. wonder if I'm getting all of the chat messages, because some of this doesn't look like it's in order. All day, all night, I just got the chat that says, okay, there's about a 30-second delay currently. That's not too bad. Maybe one day what we should do is we should have the whole OU crew go live from the road and stream with EV Mux, so we can all be in the same stream at the same time, all driving down the road. Wouldn't that just be fantastic? Not. Pop make you swoon.